Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Africa Sports. It is building a nation time in the Ivory Coast. It is season 2 and it's a big season where we enter the African Champions League for our first time. Not Africa Sports' first time, but our first time after last season where we basically won pretty much everything we could possibly win in the Ivory Coast. So as it is the start of a brand new season, we've got a lot to get through first. We have had the draw for the African Champions League preliminary first round, and it is APR FC, who are a Rwandan side. They are the best side in Rwanda. I'm hoping that should be a nice, easy victory against those. You might notice on the right-hand side our finances is pretty high, and there's a reason for that. We'll come to that in a moment. We've also done a bit of transfer business as well. The first bit of business is Alozie has extended his contract. I didn't think it was going to happen. We offered him so many different contracts. Eventually, he accepted one, £850 per week. He is 4.5-star current ability. He is our best player by a reasonable distance, I think, as well. The annoying thing with him is he is obviously not from the Ivory Coast. He is actually Nigerian. However, I don't believe it takes too long to become Ivorian. Yes, it does. I think that's 10 years. That's a lot of time. Fair enough. He's not going to become Ivorian anytime soon. Along with Alozie extending his contract, we have brought in 7 new players into the squad. Some of them have then gone out on loan. You can also see the players on the right-hand side leaving the club on loan. Let's take a look then. We're going to go with, in order of most expensive first, I think. Adagio Basole is a 16-year-old goalkeeper who we signed from EFYM. My scout said he was good, so I went for it and basically brought him in. He's 1-star current ability. He's not that great, is he? But he is 4.5-star potential, so I think he's going to be pretty decent. He's only 16. For just under £12,000, we have also signed Basilia Logon, or Logan. I'm going to call him Logan, because I imagine that's probably a lot easier to say. He is a striker formerly of CFFITA. Sure, they are a football team in the Ivory Coast that they've got. Well, he has 4.5-star potential ability, 1.5-star current ability. He will be training as a striker, because I think that's probably where he's best suited. Again, he's only 16. He's got plenty of time. You'll notice there's a theme here. Musa Dosso Shorno is next up, 16 years old. Defensive midfielder formerly of Olympic Sport Abobo, maybe. He has come in for a small fee. Most players have come in for small or nothing. He is 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's going to get some football this year. He's going to be training as a deep-lying playmaker. He won't be playing a lot of football. He'll be coming off the bench fairly regularly, I hope. But yeah, Dosso Shorno is going to be a good footballer. If I'm correct, I think he's going to be world class. Maybe not world class. He'll be good. He'll be decent enough. Next up is an 18-year-old signed from our feeder club Ivory Academy and then sent back on loan to our feeder club Ivory Academy. He is 18 years old. His name is Constant Kouame. We've also signed another person called Constant Kouame, who we'll get to in a moment. He's one of those players where my scout said, he's good, sign him up. So I went, okay, and then loaned him back to where we got him from. He's not cost a lot of money at all, £375. There you go. One thing I've noticed with the Ivory Academy, however, is if we take a look, they only have an under-18 squad. So I literally cannot send them anybody who is older than 18, which is a bit of a concern, but that might not be a bad thing, because it means that 17 years old that go there, basically, will probably get games. The next great hope of Ivorian football is Vivian Nguessan, or at least in my opinion, signed from our local rivals, our main rivals in my opinion, ASEC Mimosas. Last season, at the age of 17, he played 10 games, scoring twice for ASEC Mimosas, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, and he's not cost us a single penny. He will be playing in the Jean-Franck Bedia position. He will be that Mazzala for most of the season, which means Bedia is probably going to end up going out on loan somewhere. Now the final 2 players are players who are a little bit more established and hopefully will add a bit more to our club. Brahima Utara is first up. He is naturally an attacking midfielder. He is going to be a striker. I've decided he will be our main striker for the season. He's not bad as an advanced forward on attack. He's got most of the attributes in the right places. Balance is the only thing really missing. But yeah, Brahim Utara, I think he's going to be very good. Signed from our local rivals, RC Abidjan, who we beat in the cup final in the last episode at the end of last season. I think he's going to be good. I hope he scores a lot of goals. And finally, Constant Kouame 2, who is a 24-year-old Ivorian central defender. Previously, FC San Pedro and SC Gagnoa, apparently. I think he's probably played for someone else. Tanda Mimosas Jekanu, he's played everywhere. You name it, he's played there. He's 24 years of age, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. He'll be good enough. He's come in to replace Aka, who has left the club on a permanent deal because his contract expired. But yeah, Constant Kouame too, I think will play a lot of football for us. So that is our transfer business. You can see a lot of the names on the right-hand side there. No one massive leaving the club. As I mentioned, Seferin Aka has gone to Stade Abidjan on a free transfer, although that was kind of arranged a long time ago. Another big-ish one to go is Frank Irie, who's gone on loan to SO Army. I've loaned everybody to the Ivory Coast. A few players could have gone elsewhere. Irie was actually being chased by a few Belgian sides, and I didn't want him to go to Belgium. I think Gnebia, who's gone to Williamsville, was also wanted by, I think, a Ghanaian side, possibly. So I've made sure that they've all gone to the Ivory Coast to basically aid their development, but also aid the country's development. That's the plan. So finances have gone up and up and up, and there's one reason. There's actually three reasons for it. It's because I'm cheating. I'm not cheating, but I kind of am. It wouldn't work in real life, but it works in the game. You'll see we've played some tournaments. The first one, making money, with Asante Kotoko, WAC, and Madiima, sure. We got lots of money from that. We then played some normal friendlies. Then we played the More Cash Cup, where we beat ASEC Mimosas and Karela FC. We then played the Dollar Bills Invitational, where we also played effectively the same teams that we always play, because we can only really play teams from Ghana or the Ivory Coast at the moment. Once we get bigger as a club, then that should expand. If we can start dragging in like the AC Milans and teams like that, I don't know why AC Milan was the one I went for, but you know what I mean, big European sides, we could be making millions from these competitions. We made more money from ticket sales from those 4 or 3 competitions than we will for the rest of the season. We've also got another one set up called Mid-Season Money. I don't know whether the teams have actually accepted it yet. I assume they will. What I will do throughout the season is I will find gaps. For example, January has a big 2-month gap, a 2-week gap, although that might be the African Cup of Nations. But yeah, I will try and find gaps where I will slot in tournaments that will basically just prop up our finances. We made £904,000 in the last month, mainly through the ticket sales for those competitions. Anyway, we're going to be playing 1 match in today's episode, maybe 2, depending on what happens in the next match that we play. So we're going to play FC San Pedro in the Super Cup to hopefully get our 4th trophy in 3 episodes. I'm going to play APR FC off camera. If we demolish them, which I suspect we will, we won't play the APR FC second leg. If we lose or do not so well in the first leg, then we might end up playing the APR second leg, because it might be a little bit more exciting. So anyway, let's go forward to FC San Pedro. Well, we've played our first Champions League game against APR, and we've battered them. Not massively battered, but we've beaten them pretty comprehensively. It was 3-0 in the end. Ousmane Diallo with 2 goals. Parfait Guiragon also getting his first goal for the club since returning from his loan spell in Israel. So yeah, Guiragon getting on the score sheet. 3-0 in the first leg, which means for the second leg, we're not going to have it on camera, but I will kind of include it as part of this episode. What I'll do is I'll play FC San Pedro, and then we'll go to the end of, I guess after the Champions League game, maybe for the first draw, something like that. Anyway, I'm chatting nonsense. Let's play FC San Pedro and win ourselves a trophy again. I'll say it again. I love the kits. I absolutely love the kits in the Ivory Coast. This kit looks nice. I don't know what it looks like in real life, but if it looks similar to that, that looks good. I like the colours. I like the whites and the orange and stuff. The red and green is great as well, although if you're colourblind, it's not so good. The starting lineup then for the Super Cup final will be Gabane in goal, Richard Kouakou, Kayate, Kouame and Mayeri as our back 4. So we've basically got pretty much the same back 4 that we played for most of last season, apart from Kouame, who has joined the club. It's going to be Parfait Guiragon playing as a deep-lying playmaker, which is not his natural position, but I'm going with it. Trust me, I've done this before. I've won Serie A with Luka Modric playing there. I'm going to do the same thing with Guiragon as a deep-line playmaker. It's going to be Zazua and Nguessen in the middle of the pitch. Zazua is now our club captain. Diallo and Alozi will be the wingers, with Utara, our new signing, as our striker. I think this is the same stadium that we played the final, the FA Cup final in, basically, but it's now built. I think that's what's happened. Also, I need to make sure that I fix this, because We had to change that for a penalty shootout in the last episode, and that wasn't particularly great. So 10 seconds on the clock, and possibly we've got a chance going our way early on. And Gesson for San Pedro can get the ball upfield. Kouame to Mayere, forward to Parfait Guigon, who I'm hoping will be absolutely superb as that deep-lying playmaker. Alozi, the Nigerian, who signed that big contract in the summer, runs forward, goes for a long-range effort, hits it well wide of the post. 0-0, but it's only a minute on the clock. I kind of feel bad for Bedia. Like, Bedia was my boy last season, and this season he's not even going to get anywhere near the subs bench, let alone the starting 11. We're 20 minutes in, we've had 6 shots, 8 shots, 3 on target. No real highlights to talk about apart from the one in the first 10 seconds. What is going on with our squad? Like, are we doing something stupid here? Get creative. We've got something with 7 or so minutes to play of the first half. Diallo steals the ball away, runs towards goal, hits it across goal. Nobody was there to take a gamble. I don't know whether that was a shot either. We're not doing so well again. And at half-time, it is 0-0. San Pedro have done absolutely nothing. We'll give them an assertive I'm far from pleased. Who looked annoyed? Who looked stressed? Guigon. You, passionately, you weren't that bad. Right, stop doing that. Right, we're going to work the ball into the box as well. Maybe that's something that we need to consider, because possibly all of our shots are from miles away. 10 minutes into the second half, and finally we've got a little bit more action. Zazua gets the ball from Guigon. Diallo on the right. Can he get past his man? Plays it on the ground, actually, to Brahima. Brahima Utara makes it 1-0, his first goal of the season. Finally, we've started to click. That worked the ball into the box is what did that there, because if we didn't do that, Diallo would have just probably ran all the way through by himself on that right-hand side. San Pedro with the ball inside our half. Boro, one of those two. Silla's going to go backwards to Kone. Kone's going to probably go backwards as well. Jimo to Kone. Kone's been tackled by Utara, and now Utara can possibly get his second of the game. Needs a bit of support. He's got some support. It wasn't the best pass from Utara, and now Guigon has the ball for us, still on the attack. Richard Kouakou, left-hand side is Alozi, goes back to Guigon instead. He's going to go across to Vivian and Gesson. Zazua to Alozi. Zazua once again, and Guigon. Lots of space. Great ball from Parfait to find Kouakou. Can he get his cross away? Walks it towards Utara. What a save that is from Tape. It's going to be a corner. His name's not going to be pronounced Tape. It's probably going to be pronounced Tape, but we're going with Tape. Alozi's taking the corner. Tape comes out, claims that ball comfortably. It's 1-0 to Africa Sports. Kouame with the corner for San Pedro. Kone goes for goal, hits the bar. Guigon smashes the ball upfield. Are we going to counter-attack from them hitting the bar? Brahima Utara, not the best control from the striker. I say striker like that's his normal job. Alozi's going to come off. Stevens Coffey is going to be a new left winger. I'm basically training him up to be a left winger, so hopefully he'll get competent enough in that position. That's probably all we're going to do for the moment. Final 20 minutes of the game. It's still all to play for, to be honest. Silla and Agboke. Agboke back to number 7, Silla. Finds Boro in the middle. Lots of space for Boro to play the ball across to the left-hand side, but doesn't find a single San Pedro player. Mayere and Kouame. Forward finds the club captain Zazua in the middle. Now Diallo, who made that first goal, tackled though by Boro. And Volley B. That's a great name as well. Volley B back to Jimo. Now Kone. Volley B on the left-hand side for Africa Sports. We're Africa Sports. San Pedro with the ball. Long ball upfield. Kouate steals it away. Now Zazua, the captain, finds Richard Kouakou on the left-hand side, who probably isn't good enough to play, but we kind of don't have any fullbacks. Zazua, once again, some space, crosses it in. Diallo's there, doesn't get it. It's Vivian and Gesson, and Big Viv makes it 2-0. I don't know whether he's big or not. What was that for a celebration, Vivian? What was that for a celebration? Is he Big Viv? Can we call somebody who's 5'10" Big Viv? We might need to do it, you know. Big Viv. There we go. I don't know whether that name really suits him at the moment. He's played one match for us on camera, and we're calling him Big Viv. We've got 10 minutes left to play. 2-0 up in the Super Cup final. Kouakou to Zazua. He's going to play it back. Richard Kouakou once again with the ball. Zazua, edge of the area to Kofi. Stevens Kofi goes for a curling effort and actually just about misses the far post. We need to probably do some subs, you know. We've got 10 minutes left to play. Diallo's going to come off for Utara. Sure. And we'll also... No, we won't. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do Diarra Suba on. So Guigon's going to play the last 10 minutes as a right winger. We'll probably also do Botti on for Kouyaté, because Kouyaté is looking complacent. 2.5 minutes left to play. Is there a third goal in the Super Cup final? Kouakou to Zazua. Zazua, I genuinely never heard of Zazua before, and he is good. I mean, I'm not sure why I would have heard of Zazua, but he's real good for us. It's Mayeri, lots and lots of space on the right-hand side. Across Zazua, edge of the area. Should have pulled the trigger first time. Instead, he plays it backwards. Kouakou, left-hand side. Plenty of green and reds in the centre. Zazua once again back to Diarra Suba. Why do we keep going backwards? Where was that logic? Where was that logic to do that? Kouame to Mayeri once again. Diarra Suba and Gessen, Big Viv. Now Zazua. Right-hand side is Mayeri. Lots of space for the fullback. Runs towards goal. And Charles Mayeri, the right-back, has made it 3-0 with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to play of normal time. The Super Cup is coming home. Big Viv with a free kick with 30 seconds left. Kouame's there. And the new signing as well has made it 4 at the death. He's celebrating like he's just won the cup. I mean, he technically has. But we were 3-0 up already, Constant. Don't worry about it. And there is us celebrating once again with what looks like the Champions League. It looks like the Champions League trophy, or the Premier League trophy. Anyway, we are the Super Cup champions. 4 trophies. 4 trophies in just over a season. Not a bad start. Africa Sports lift the Super Cup, which obviously we know. We've picked up just under 9k, which is not a lot of money whatsoever, but it's money nonetheless. That's fair enough. Medals goes to players who played in the match. And then obviously Pierce leads Africa Sports to glory as we win ourselves our 4th trophy in just as in what, 7 episodes? I think this is episode 7. We've got 4 trophies in 7 episodes. So as I mentioned earlier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward to probably just after that match, because I assume we're probably going to win. The first round, we know who we're going to play. We're going to play Harare City of Zimbabwe or Clube Ferroviário de Beira of Mozambique. So arguably you'd say we're probably going to win that one as well. And if we win that one, we will then be into the Champions League group stages, which is kind of like your normal European Champions League group stages. Well, our league season didn't exactly start to plan. We've played 2 league matches. We've also played APR for a second time. We are through to the Champions League first round. Proper, question mark. We're not in a group stage. We've still got to play Harare City. But yes, we're through. Bouake FC just beat us. Like, there was no, it wasn't like they were good. Like, they somehow beat us. It wasn't a one-sided match or anything like that. They just beat us 2-0. Not the best start to the season. We then played FC San Pedro for a second time, and we win 3-1. Zazua, Diallo, and Alozi with the goals. Then APR in the second leg, we win this one 3-0. Zazua with 2, and Big Viv also getting on the score sheet. So it does set up a first round match up against Harare City of Zimbabwe. What we're going to do next episode is we're going to probably do Harare City, or maybe, I don't know. I don't quite know how we're going to do it, because I don't think these Champions League matches are going to be particularly exciting, because we're not playing the big sides. Harare City, I don't think, are going to cause us too much of a problem. When we start playing the South African, the Moroccans, the Egyptian sides, things like that, that's when we're going to start to struggle. I think we might play Harare City, basically. If we batter them in that one, we probably won't play that one. I always do this. Next episode, football will take place in an episode of Football Manager with the Ivory Coast, okay? That's what's going to happen. Also, because of our weird Champions League thing, we've only played twice, which is weirdly more than Stade Abidjan and Army, but we've only played twice. We're sat mid-table. There's plenty of football still to go, don't worry about it. And our mid-season money-friendly tournament got cancelled, which is kind of annoying, because we won't get anywhere near as much money for playing Harare FC. Thank you very much for watching this first episode of Season 2 of Football Manager with Africa Sports in the Ivory Coast, in the Building a Nation series plan, idea, whatever you want to call it. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell as well, so YouTube can tell you whenever a new video comes out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.